Hello and welcome to Bricking It. Today we're building our library module, and because of the way our bookshelves are integrated into the walls, we actually need to go right back to the start of the build and build our unit from the ground up. So we're going to start off on this side where we have an opening. This is simply a pillar and a 1x1 with a 6-stud arch attached to the top, and we've got one of the detail pieces on there to hold up the roof bar come the end of the build. Now the side of the wall just here is quite a complicated arrangement because we need to be able to support our bookshelves. So here we see we have our Technic brick, that's to hold our pins to secure the units. 1, 2, 3 bricks, and then it starts getting a bit different. We have one brick there. You can see this little piece here is made up of 2 1x little plates, a 1x brick and a 1x snot brick. And now the snot brick is used to attach the bookshelf that we're going to be adding to this unit in a moment, or attach the books rather. But we do need to keep the wall spaced so our Technic pins are in the correct place. So this side we're keeping our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brick spacing, and then we've got another little plate here and a brick. On this side we've got another 1x plate and another, this is a double stud snot brick, and that little plate across there is going to even us up. So as we go around the corner, 2x2 and another, couple of 1x2s, 1x4, and here we're going to add the supports for our bookshelf. Our shelf is simply a 1x2 with a 1x4 plate on top, and that's going to sit on top. I can manage not to completely destroy the build as we go. Another 2 2x2s, and then we're going to use these modified plates to create our second bookshelf. There. 1x4. As you see this little gap, we can actually unify those together with a little combination of bricks. So we've got 3 studs, 4 studs, 3 studs. That's going to clip in there. That's going to help to hold our wall secure. Now these are our row of books. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plates stacked up, just normal 1x2s with a plate on the end. And these will attach to our studs there. Another set will slide in perfectly there. We've got brown on the end to simulate the end of the bookcase, so it all unifies together. Now we have our first little bookcase, and under this we've got a little writing desk, just made of a 1x4 plate, 1x2 brick, 2 of these ornamental bits at the end, a nice plate on top. And just because of the nature of some of the models, minifigs we're displaying in the library, just need a little plate there to simulate their chair or seating. So the other side, start with a pillar. Now largely the brick selection here doesn't matter. There's no reason it should be a 1x2s. This is the only important one, the Technic brick at the end, to make sure we've got our pin spacers. I'm going to tie that all together with just one of these 1x6x5 wall panels. And again, that could be equally well, that could just be brick all the way up, but it just gives that recess. And when we've got our bookshelves in, we don't have a huge amount of room for displaying minifigures, just to give a bit of space for bigger hairstyles. That recession lets people stand in the book alleys. And then we're going to build this up along this side. Let's finish our wall on this side. Somewhat. As we build our back corner here. We're just going to be constructing 3 bricks wide, offsetting at each level, obviously just for a bit of stability. We have our last pin. Now as you see, these 2 pins aren't aligned with each other, but they are aligned with the row of holes there, which will match up with the corresponding unit next door. These will actually integrate in nicely. Now just to lock in that corner there, cover that. So we have most of our walls built now. I suppose at this point we should start thinking about some bookshelves. Just going to put a panel piece in there. Now we're going to start constructing our bookshelves. So we'll start off with some feet, and this is going to be a spacer at the wall. So this end is going to actually be built into the wall. So we're actually going to get 4 studs of bookshelf, and then bookshelf up the side is just going to be wood. Put these feet on so everything will sit flat on the floor of our library. And again, these can be built individually. These feet go across, and then what we build at this side you would repeat on this side, but here we're going to have wall instead. So if you were building these not as walls, these would obviously be in brown to simulate the bookshelf. So we've got a 1x2 and a 1x2 snot brick. This plate gives us a shelf surface, and these 2 are going to go on the end. We have another stack of plates, this by 2x2, this time 2x2. They're going to plug into our snot brick, and as you can see they sit perfectly on that shelf level. Pop in the side of the bookshelf and then repeat for the next level. There's that wall, our books. Then we just cap off the top of our bookshelf to make that look a little more interesting. Just got a 1x2 jumper, one of these pyramid pieces, a 1x4 plate on top. That sits in there. Another bookshelf there, and as you can see that creates an alley 2 wide, so that cutout's very helpful for helping to fit minifigures into the scene. Let's get a bit of light in our library. Now because of all these plates we're not at a regular height, so we need to add a couple of 1x2 plates under our brick just to make sure our arch pieces are level on either side. Same again there. So there are our windows to our library, and each of these is capped. There. Now just before we finish off and stabilise the front of our library, let's put some students in. So we have a young Hufflepuff here. Our table. A Ravenclaw. She's got to grab a book before she shoots off to class. And Luna Lovegood with her satchel. And just to demonstrate why we've got that cut out, you can see Luna's hair disappears onto the wall there, which is why we need that extra bit of space, just so we can actually pose people. That central alley there, very difficult to get a minifigure in, which is why we've got that nice bit of interest, that portrait on the end. just so there's something to see when you look down the alley. And it's nice that you can see from either side the books on display, which with the bookshelves end on you don't always get to see, because in the display our library is facing directly towards you like that. So the library is one of the modules that I think of as an overflow module. When minifigs aren't placed in any other scene, they can always be in the library. Just going to finish off the top here. These various plates. And I've lost one. How have I managed to do that? And I've realised my mistake. This one sits here, because just here, when the castle is built up, this is where our hinge goes to help the modules move either side in our dollhouse fashion. And there we have our completed library. Not too complicated. We just need to make sure the spacings all work up here. There's a little bit of plate work to do. And again, the various brick choices, like these 2x2s, could be constructed in any way you wanted. It would probably help to have these integrated in, but just due to the nature of the build, they don't always align. So it's just easier to keep them columns and use our arches at the top just to stabilise the walls. And there we have our library module. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more videos about our modular Hogwarts, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you again next time. Goodbye.